Hey people, what's going on? Welcome to another episode of Hockey on the Spot with Brandon Marenfeld. I'm Brandon Marenfeld. Thank you for joining me. This is episode 81 of Hockey on the Spot. And today is going to just be a very quick video. Only 3 games last night and very few updates, plus this day in hockey history from October 22nd. So let's get to it right now, starting with an update from the New York Islanders, who have placed defenseman Lubomir Visnovsky on IR with a concussion. This is a big loss for the Islanders and their blue line. He is their power play quarterback, and they need him. They absolutely need him on that blue line. Even though he may be a small defenseman, he's got a huge shot from the point, and this is just a huge loss for them. Hopefully, he makes a quick recovery. The Montreal Canadiens have told forward Michael Bournival to find an apartment, as he will be staying with the club for the rest of the season. He was acquired from the Avs from the Colorado Avalanche in 2010 for Ryan O'Byrne. He has turned out to be one of their top prospects, very hard-working power forward type player, and well deserving of a stay in the NHL. The Dallas Stars have activated goaltender Kari Lehtonen from IR and have recalled defenseman Aaron Rome from his conditioning assignment. In addition, they have also reassigned goaltender Jack Campbell to the Texas Stars of the American Hockey League. Jack Campbell, of course, made his NHL debut against the Anaheim Ducks on Sunday night and made 41 saves on 47 shots in what was an eventual 6-3 loss. So for him, he now can say he has NHL action, but obviously something he knew was coming. But it's good for the Stars to have their starting goaltender back, as well as one of their toughest shutdown defensemen. Phoenix Coyotes goaltender Mike Smith becomes just the 11th goaltender in NHL history to score a goal. So that is a big achievement for him. Remembering he had that goal against the Detroit Red Wings the other night. Speaking of the Detroit Red Wings, they are willing to move forward Jordan Tootoo as he carries a $1.9 million cap hit. They want to bring up Gustav Nyquist from the American Hockey League, but it's not possible as the Wings don't have the cap space due to Tootoo's contract. Hopefully they will find a trade partner soon. There are a bunch of teams out there looking for enforcers, so for any team looking for an enforcer, a small guy like Jordan Tootoo would be a good player. A very hard worker as well. The Toronto Maple Leafs are willing to retain some of John Michael Lyle's $3.875 million cap hit to make it easier to trade him. He is currently buried in the American Hockey League with the Toronto Marlies. They have been trying to trade John Michael Lyles for a while, and again, I've said this before and I'll say it again. It would really not surprise me if it would not surprise me if he went back to the Colorado Avalanche, and I think it would make a lot of sense on a lot of fronts. That's just my opinion. An interesting fact: Colorado Avalanche forward Matt Duchene has scored the game winner in the Avs' past 3 wins. He's the first Colorado player to do so since Marek Svatos in 2005. So that is a big accomplishment for the 3rd overall pick from 2009. As he has proved to be their best player so far this season. Couple of suspensions around the NHL. One expected to Colorado Avalanche forward Cody McLeod. He has been suspended for 5 games for his hit on Detroit Red Wings defenseman Nicholas Kronwall after Kronwall had clearly stated that it was not a dirty hit. As well as New York Islanders speedster Michael Grabner. He has been suspended for 2 games for his hit on Carolina Hurricanes forward Nathan Gerbe. A couple of suspensions, one well-deserved, the other one, who knows. And last but not least, the big update of the day from last night, a trade. Our first trade in mid-season play. Not a big one, but still a trade nonetheless. The San Jose Sharks have acquired forward Mike Brown from the Edmonton Oilers in exchange for a 2014 4th-round pick. The Edmonton Oilers, I believe if I'm correct, are trying to make a trade for make an upgrade in their enforcer group. Mike Brown is a solid enforcer and a solid defensive player, and for a Sharks team that's already good offensively, he's really going to help them out physically, especially with Raffi Torres still out. So, this is a good acquisition for the San Jose Sharks, in my opinion. And for the Oilers, they can now maybe go out and get a guy like Jordan Tutu. I think they'd be the perfect candidate for a guy like Jordan Tutu. So, good move by the Sharks and good move by the Oilers to dump some salary. And that is it for all the updates. Not too many. And now let's get to the games, and not too much to talk about with these 3 games, quite honestly, as they were all low-scoring games. Starting with the game of last night, the San Jose Sharks and the Detroit Red Wings in Detroit. For the first time this year, a game that is scoreless going into a shootout. The San Jose Sharks end up coming up with the shootout victory, the 1-0 shootout victory. Scoreless through 3 periods of play and 5-minute overtime. In the shootout, Logan Couture would be the only guy to get a puck past either goaltender through the whole game. In the shootout, Logan Couture would score, and Patrick Marleau would be the other shooter for the Sharks. For the Red Wings, they would go with Pavel Datsyuk, Daniel Alfredsson, and Todd Bertuzzi. Todd Bertuzzi's chance to try to win it. Antti Niemi would make what could go down as the highlight save of the year, and definitely one of the best shootout saves of the year. Logan Couture also led every player in the game with 5 shots on goal. So, he was tremendous enough to be the 3rd star. Both the goaltenders were the 2nd and 1st star. Jimmy Howard the 2nd and Antti Niemi the 1st. But despite the shootout loss for Jimmy Howard, he did not give up a goal in regulation and overtime, so therefore, according to the league rules, he automatically gets a shutout. So both goaltenders getting shutouts. Even Jimmy Howard, despite the loss. For Jimmy Howard, for Antti Niemi, the 1st star, it's a 24-save shutout, and for Jimmy Howard, the 2nd star, it's a 27-save shutout. So, but congratulations to the San Jose Sharks on a humongous win in what was a humongous game. Next, we have another, probably the most talked about game from last night's action, the Colorado Avalanche and the Pittsburgh Penguins in Pittsburgh. The battle that the battle of Nova Scotia that everybody was waiting for. The battle between Sidney Crosby and Nathan MacKinnon. This time, it is Nathan MacKinnon's team that comes out on top. A 1-0 win for the Colorado Avalanche. and a 1-0 shutout victory. They were absolutely tremendous. And for Marc-Andre Fleury, his first loss of the season. The only goal scorer in the game, the captain of the Colorado Avalanche, Gabriel Landeskog, would get his 3rd of the year, assisted by Ryan Wilson and Corey Sarich. Corey Sarich getting his 1st assist of the year. For Landeskog would be the game's 2nd star, and Sidney Crosby would be the game's 3rd star. However, the game's 1st star was the man who started in net last night for the Avs, Jean-Sebastien Giguère, getting another start and goal, and remains perfect. He has been real good. Now he is undefeated, and he led the Avs to a 34-save shutout. So congratulations to Jean-Sebastien Giguère on that front. For the Pittsburgh Penguins, they dominated as far as shots on goal go. Pascal Dupuis had 5 shots, Sidney Crosby had 7 shots, and Evgeny Malkin had 8 shots. Why Sidney Crosby was the 3rd star instead of Evgeny Malkin is beyond me. But either way, that was the case. Nathan MacKinnon, by the way, only had 2 shots on goal. So anyway, Marc-Andre Fleury, first loss of the year, but didn't face much. He only faced 14 shots. He made 13 saves and .929 save percentage. So, huge congratulations to a Colorado Avalanche team that has just had a major turnaround from the past few years. And last but certainly not least, we have the Calgary Flames and the Los Angeles Kings in LA. The Flames coming up with a humongous win in which a game in which every single goal by both teams came in an odd man situation. For the Flames, all three of their goals came on the power play. For the Kings, they had one power play goal and one short-handed goal. So we'll start with the Flames. After the Kings took an 1-0 lead, the Flames power play went to work. First goal coming from Mike Camilleri, who made his season debut last night against one of his former teams. He got his first of the year on the power play, assisted by Jiri Hudler and Mark Giordano. Mark Giordano had 2 assists in the game. Then Sean Monahan would remain hot with a power play goal, assisted by Mike Camilleri and Mark Giordano for Camilleri, his first assist of the year. And then after LA tied it with a short-handed goal, with exactly 30 seconds remaining in the game, T.J. Brodie would score a power play goal, his first of the year, assisted by Jiri Hudler and Lee Stempniak. Hudler had 2 assists in the game. But for T.J. Brodie, the game-winning goal with just 30 seconds remaining in the game, a huge honor for him. Because of that, he earned the game's first star. Kari Ramo would get the start and goal, and for Kari Ramo, it's his first win of the season and first win in a Calgary Flames sweater. He was really good. 27 saves on 29 shots, a 931 save percentage. So congratulations to him. For the Los Angeles Kings, their goals came from Drew Doughty on the power play, assisted by Dustin Brown, his first assist of the year, and Justin Williams. That made the game 1-0, and then what tied the game at 2, Jeff Carter would get his 5th of the year. That would be the short-handed goal, assisted by Mike Richards. Jonathan Quick would get the start in net, making 22 saves on 25 shots and 880 save percentage. So not a great night for him or the LA Kings. So huge congratulations to the Calgary Flames. They have just been hot this season, and nobody saw that coming. Not even me. I legitimately thought this would be the worst team in the National Hockey League. But anyway, congrats to the Calgary Flames. And now, coming up now, guys, here it is. This day in hockey history from October 22nd. In 1957, Robert Marvin Hull, otherwise known as Bobby Hull, great forward for the Chicago Blackhawks, scored his first goal in the NHL. Bobby Hull is the first NHL player who scored more than 50 goals in one season, this occurring on March 12, 1966, and the third player in the history of the NHL who was able to score 50 goals in one season. The first was Maurice Richard, a.k.a. The Rocket, in the 1944-45 season, and the second one was Bernie Boom Boom Geoffrion in the 1960-61 season. So, big accomplishment for Bobby Hull, becoming the first player in NHL history to score more than 50 goals. And that is it for this day in hockey history, and that is it for episode 81 of Hockey on the Spot. Thank you guys for joining me. This has been Hockey on the Spot with Brandon Barenfeld. I'm Brandon Barenfeld. I will see you all again tomorrow. Thank you, and have a great day.